in the city.
We know that abuse takes many forms. It can happen within a family environment, it can happen between strangers, it can happen in this case between networks of people who knew each other. And what we have to do is make it absolutely clear that this kind of behaviour is unacceptable in any community.
What are you doing, though, to reach out to this community?
I don't want to target any particular community.
But isn't that the problem, where no one in authority has been willing to step up and actually say there is a particular problem in a certain community? It's been swept under the carpet.
It's not being swept under the carpet here. We've been absolutely rigorous in rooting this out. There are a minority of people who come from a certain part of the city who've been involved in this abuse, and we have.
But you won't even say it there, will you? You won't even say that, you know, they're from the Bangladeshi and Pakistani predominant
these are people
community.
These are people from a whole range of communities,
but not in this instance. Not in the
Iraqi,
instance we're talking
Irani.
about.
And in this instance, these are people who knew each other through a variety of networks. What we've been doing is disrupting those networks, and we will continue to do so. But what we have to do is build a culture and a sense where women are treated with equality and with dignity. And as long as we have some sections of some communities who don't see women as equals, then we will continue to see this kind of abuse. And that's why it's absolutely crucial that we do a whole range of work with a whole range of people, health workers, police workers, our schools, people right across our communities,
mosques,
including our volunteer groups, including our mosques. Of course, we've been talking to our mosques. We've been talking to all of our faith leaders. But it's quite striking that
you don't mention mosques when this was an issue where pretty much every one of those offenders that we're talking about was Muslim.
Is the fact that they've preyed on vulnerable people.
And they're Muslim.
We don't know that they're Muslim.
Well, we do actually.
Do you?
Yes.
It was not part of the trial, it was not mentioned as part of the trial. The thing that has linked these people is places like where they work, some of the social networks that they move in. These are people on the margins of criminality. These are people who've been dealing drugs. These are people who've been abusing women. That is not part of any mainstream religion, and none of the faith leaders have in any way condoned any of these actions. And as leader of this city, I am absolutely determined to drive this kind of behaviour out of our communities. And we will continue to be absolutely ruthless in seeking it out, in making sure that it is not acceptable, and in also ensuring that victims are given the support they need to be heard and to be believed and supported through the justice system.